Alright, how are we doing? Kenshi here, bringing you episode 18 of Kenshi, Age of Blood and Sand Iron Man playthrough. This episode is going to be a little bit different than our normal episodes, just because there is so much going on right now. We have the bandits' revenge showing up at our base. Pretty simple, they're a little bit annoyed at us because they might have tried to demand some money out of us, and we might have stabbed the leader in the face. I don't think they'd be this petty about it, but then don't try to blackmail a Praetorian. So we have this going on. We are just recovering from another fight we had maybe a few hours before. So my guys are beaten up and not healed. So the base will fall, unfortunately. If we're lucky, we'll only lose maybe 3 or 4 hives in that fight. Lydus keeps getting knocked down. He's taken a massive kick in just outside the skeleton workshop in the Black Desert City. He's got a bunch of prosthetic limbs which we need to try to get back to the base so we can put onto our hivers that are missing the limbs. We're fighting the bloodhounds. Now these bloodhounds, if there's just one of them, they are not a massive threat, but as soon as there's a group of them, they're real dangerous. They're essentially like badder bone dogs, for lack of a better term. They do more damage, they're faster, they got more health, and they go around in pretty large packs and are super dangerous and rapid attack speed as well. So that's fun there. As you can see back at the main base, things are not going well, but just from what we can see, there's a lot of blunt weapons that the bandits are using, which is good. And then we have Ray. Ray is fighting about 200 starving bandits at the moment. The reason he's in this situation was there was a group of Onis that went through our base and kidnapped one of our guys that was on the ground, Hilroy. So they kidnapped him. Now I don't like the Onis kidnapping my guys, because if they take him in the verge, it is nigh on impossible to get them back out. So we got Ray to run an intercept, knock down the Oni, where then Ray ended up fighting 2 Onis at the same time. Somehow managed to hold his own and get Hilroy. And then when the fight is nearly over, 200 odd bandits come over the hill, and now Ray is tar-pitted fighting them. Lydus is still in the middle of the Black Desert, not doing well for himself and trying to get out, and then the base is being attacked. So we're in a pretty bad situation, all points considered. It could be worse, but then it definitely could be a lot better. So if we can hold here, at least my guys will be a fair bit tougher and they'll have better combat stats. But I am not expecting miracles. But then the other side is we haven't lost anyone yet. So I mean, this being a Kenshi playthrough, if we don't lose a hive in the first 5 minutes of the video, is it even a Kenshi video? So we'll see how long that lasts. It's like I said, if we lose 3 or 4 in that bandit raid, I am okay with that. That's an acceptable loss. Annoying, definitely annoying, but acceptable. I can deal with that. We'll then get Lydus to heal himself up. Well, yeah, just so he's healed up, for lack of any other better term. If he's healed, he's got really good regen, so he should be able to get out. Ray's still not really achieving much. He's there, he's fighting. I mean, his katana skill will increase. That will be good, but that is about all I'm going to get from that. Oh, and a bunch of dexterity. That will be cool as well. And I mean, the bandits have knocked everyone out pretty much. The only people that might not be knocked out are playing dead or in one of the beds. So what we got to hope is they get bored and then they leave, because they've essentially won what they're trying to do. Alright, so right now, well, not right now because we're in the middle of a fight. Next main objective is to get our armor and weapon smithing up and running. Without those, these sort of raids will continuously be a problem, and we will continuously lose hives, and we'll just be stuck in this cycle of slowly getting somewhere and then just getting knocked down and then having to slowly crawl back up and then get knocked down again, which isn't something that I really want to be stuck in a circle of doing. We will need the weapons and armor smiths up. Issue being, I haven't put any power in yet. So that's going to be one of our main objectives, is to get some small wind turbines going and then get some battery banks set up so that we can store the power that we get. This way we are then going to be able to produce our own kit. We've got our steady supply of iron, which means we can make plates, which is okay, so that is one hive down, just under 6 minutes. I think that is a new record for us. It was a prince, so that's kind of annoying, but I was going to be my weaponsmith, so that's edge down. Annoying, but replaceable, and thankfully Edge hadn't got any experience in weaponsmithing, so it's not a massive loss. And now it looks like the bandits are bored and they are leaving. This is going to be useful. Well, clearly it's going to be useful. The bandits are leaving. Like, redundant statement on my part. We're going to be able to get the hives that are down to get up to start healing people. And see, yet again, this is why everyone likes the tech hunters. We definitely would have lost more hives in this than what we're going to, because of just the tech hunters coming in and healing. Now this is an issue. Lydus is being nommed up by the bloodhound, so kind of got to hope that something bigger and scarier that doesn't like bloodhound shows up and takes it out. I can't send Ray over because Ray's all beaten up. I can't send Tychus over because Tychus is all mashed up. So by the time I run anyone over, Lydus will be dead anyway. And the other side is I've only got 2 people that might be able to fight off those bloodhounds. So that would be Tychus and that would be Ray. Clearly Ray isn't going anywhere for any length of time now. And then Tychus is pretty kicked in, so he won't be able to get over. Then if I get any of my other hive soldier drones up, run them over, they wouldn't be able to fight off the bloodhounds anyway. So yeah, they get to Lydus, but then they go down as well. So now all of a sudden I've got 2 hives going down instead of 1. Now losing Lydus would be pretty much GG right now, because this is Lydus' adventure. And well, it looks like the Kenshi gods were smiling. Lydus is now not being chopped up, so I don't need to worry about that. And now it is just going to be a matter of going around patching up the people that need it the most, getting everyone into the bed so they can heal, get Lydus back, hand out the prosthetic limbs, because I've definitely lost a bunch more limbs in this fight than the limbs I already lost. So I said Lydus obviously get the limbs that were needed for the guys that had already lost the limbs. Now we're going to have even more limbs missing because of that one fight. So yeah, robotic production is going to be super important to get up. If we can get that up, we can then start producing our own skeleton parts. If we can get our own skeleton parts up, then we don't need to worry as much about losing these limbs. But that is a way a ways from where we are now. I think the best thing we can do at the moment is just try to survive and call that a victory. So what I'm doing with Ray is I'm trying to get him as far away from the starving bandits as I can. Once we're far enough away, I'll get Ray to turn around and fight so he can beat down the last of the starving bandits that are with him. If I fight too close to where the rest of the starving bandits are, they'll just aggro in, and then all of a sudden all I've done is I've just moved that swarm or horde of starving bandits along with Ray, and then I wouldn't have achieved anything. This way, yeah, Ray's going to take a kick in, he might go down, but there's going to be less of them. So at the moment he's only fighting, what was it, like 7? Yeah, 6 or 7 of them, which Ray can do. It will take him a little while because he's all mashed up. He's using a katana, whereas he normally uses a polearm. Details, but he's not fighting 200. So that is a small victory there. My other guys are now just running around getting what they can. Some of them have like mashed up arms, so they're not going to be able to lift the guys. But we do have some pack balls left over from the Holy Nation trade caravan that attacked us at the end of the last episode, which isn't a massive issue. This is quite good. It means we can loot them as we have been doing. And also there's a bunch of meat and levers, which are things that we need. Food is running a little bit low, not super low, but low enough to be a slight issue if we don't deal with it now. And the animal skins, we are going to need so much of that, because we will need that to turn into leather so we can actually start making some sort of leather armor. Considering how this episode started, we weren't in the best of situations, so to say, but it's looking like we're stabilizing pretty well. We're doing alright. We've only lost one hiver so far, which for me is a victory. Obviously we still got Lidus in the Black Desert. Ray has finally gone down, but he'll be back up shortly and healing. We'll use Ray to go and pick up Hilroy, bring him back to the base. Lidus is by the edge of the Black Desert, so bordering Skinner's Roam. He will be with us shortly. Everyone else is now resting up in the beds. A lot of them are in comas from losing limbs, but that is not an issue. They will recover soon enough. Probably should have remembered that Ray can't pick people up with a mashed up arm, so we'll send him back, and we'll send out to Cantino to go and pick up Hilroy. Ray got back in that time and is now in the bed healing up, so Ray will be fit to fight pretty soon. Lidus has returned. He's got all of the prosthetic limbs that we will need. Well, not all of them, because we've lost a bunch more limbs from that fight. So we're still going to be limb short on a few people, but that is not a massive issue. The fact that we only lost one hive is brilliant. Lidus didn't get eaten alive. Hilroy didn't get captured and tortured and killed by the Oni. And Ray was able to hold his own against those 200 odd starving bandits. This is a little route that the Onis take, is they come through our base whilst going back to Verge. Just have a little check over, make sure they haven't got anyone. Nice thing is, Onis do not go upstairs to kidnap people, but if I've got anyone in my base walking around, well, crawling around with no limbs, then the Onis will kidnap them, which is what happened to Hilroy. But this time, it hasn't happened. But I think this is a good time to bring the episode to an end. So, thank you very much for watching episode 18 of Kenshi, Age of Blood and Sand. I have been Konzi, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.